Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be with you at KBIS Virtual. I'm Bill Darcy, CEO of the National Kitchen and Bath Association, and as owners of KBIS, we are delighted to bring you the Global Connect European Kitchen and Bath Showcase. Our industry, like most others, is a global affair with brands, manufacturing, sales, and the entire supply chain stretching across all continents. Through Global Connect, our aim is to foster a conversation among international players in the kitchen and bath industry and connect them with advisors who can facilitate a calculated entry into the American market. Today, I'm happy to welcome a very special guest for this edition of CEO Talks Behind the Brand. He is the CEO of the North American subsidiary of one of Europe's most prominent and influential custom cabinet manufacturers. As many of you know, in Europe, these companies are known as makers of fine kitchen furniture. Nobilia is a leader in the European kitchen and bath industry, and one that I'm happy and proud to say that has joined NKBA here in the US as part of its strategy to grow business in North America. Although the brand is relatively new here in the States, Nobilia is a remarkable $1.5 billion family-owned company. Yes, that's billion with a B. They produce 3,500 kitchens a day to order. That's no doubt amazing operational efficiency. I'd like to welcome Mikhail Ackerberg to CEO Talks. Thank you for joining us today. Please give us a little background on the company and share your vision for the brand, particularly here in North America.
Hi, Bill. Of course. So, talk a little bit about Nobilia. Nobilia is a German-based company that was founded in 1945 by the brothers Johan and William Stickling. And in a very early stage, they decided to follow what we call the Bauhaus principles, where we have a very streamlined manufacturer creating a modern design where form follows functions and where everything has a purpose. Today, we are a 1.5 billion company serving over 90 countries. And with our nearly 4,000 employees, we, as you earlier mentioned here, manufacture 3,500 kitchens a day.
Amazing, amazing. The idea of kitchen furniture is the norm around most of Europe, but as you know, it's not a common concept here in the US. Can you explain how European kitchen furniture differs from traditional cabinetry and installation in most American homes?
So what we are doing here is defining a category that is somewhat new to the US market. The category is following the Bauhaus principles, as I earlier mentioned, where with a streamlined process, creating a modern design where form follows functions and where everything has a purpose. European kitchen furniture as a category has four tenets. One is flexibility, which means the ability to adapt to the different living spaces and environments we have as of today. Intelligently constructed means the maximizing every component's capabilities. The third one is personalized components, which speaks for fitting various lifestyles with ease. The fourth one is a user-centered design, where it's a concept like accessibility and a universal design focus on the user of the kitchen.
Very, very interesting, very purposeful, and I know obviously seeing your product at KBIS last year was just fabulous, fabulous product.
Amazing show.
It was great to have you there. Our design trends research in 2021 shows that contemporary styling continues to grow in popularity. So how does Nobilia's aesthetic accommodate today's modern lifestyles?
So looking into the products that Nobilia can offer the market, contemporary is one of the biggest drivers for us. And analyzing the US market, we see it's ready. The shifting trends in designs when contemporary and organic design, as you can see behind me here, is the drivers. We also see a demographic and geographically trends happening, and we have been prepared for that. Connecting that to the NKBA research, more or less it speaks the same answers, where contemporary and organic designs are one of the drivers.
It's fabulous. You know, we obviously we're in this environment now of restricted travel. Some specifiers might have concerns about importing goods or factory shutdowns impacting their orders. Let's talk a little bit about the logistics. Can you tell our viewers about your current distribution, lead time, how they can find installers with this particular expertise? What happens if there's a problem? Any significant supply chain things with nobilia that would give them the comfort in specifying your product?
Yeah, last year was a very challenging year, that for sure, in all kinds of ways. What we at nobilia saw in an early stage was this coming, so we prepared our supply chains in an early stage and worked very closely together with them, not in order to interrupt our manufacturing. We were able throughout the whole year to operate in all levels without any interruptions. What we also did later this year was to install COVID testing sites in our factory facilities in order to test our employees and visitors there. So we could remain open and be improved by the German government. Lead time has more or less been unchanged for us. Nothing really changed last year, and we are expecting nothing will change this year as well. So the secure process actually works for us. Looking into the effect of the measure we actually did is that we were able to increase our volumes compared to 2019, and we even increased it more than our goals that were set before the pandemic happened. So looking into this year, we are expecting to grow as well. Sounds tough, but I'm positive.
You know, it's a great part of your story for me to hear because of the supply chain disruption in our industry and how you and nobilia have stayed in front of this, and also because of the efficiencies in production, because of the scale that you all produce product. I think that's a big value point for our members to hear kind of the seamless kind of transition you've had and being prepared for what has happened, you know, and happened in 2020. So what's next for nobilia? What I guess first say, what is your vision for 2021? If the end of 2021 comes and you've achieved what your hopes would be, what would that be? And then can tell us a little bit about the future beyond that.
Of course, number one goal still will be that we can have a stable lead time and remain unaffected in our manufacture. I do believe that our pandemic is far from over. We will see effects, at least for the first part of this year still. And we will continue to grow as well here in US. Another big initiative or a large measure for us is that we will launch something we call nobilia University, where we train, educate, and certify everything from installer to designer to sales representatives to architects. And first out here will be installers. And so we all know the skilled labor is a challenge in this country, and that's something we take seriously and try to help out to solve. Besides the education and training of installer, nobilia and European kitchen furniture are basically components that are easier to install, which means that you don't have to be a master cabinet manufacturer in order to learn how to install nobilia components. So there are two ways how to make this an easier solution for us.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, the commitment to, as you referenced, our labor shortage, but the training available to the industry through nobilia will be fabulous to have the development of their skills. And on top of that, as we say, the simplistic part of their opportunity would lessen their degree of complexity, what they want to learn this skill, especially on the installer side. So Mikael, this was terrific. Thank you so much for taking a few moments to join me today. We truly appreciate Nobilia's support. I'm honored to work with you as part of the board this year and hopefully for many years to come. Thank you all for joining us today for this episode of CEO Talks. Enjoy the rest of your time at KBIS Virtual.
Thank you.